first one here, Caio. It seems that you had the mind games and the trash talk as an asset, like on the same level as striking and wrestling to face Nasruddin. Are you not afraid that maybe he improved himself on this level too, like the self-control and all this stuff, and that's not something like dangerous for you to do this kind of trash talk in front of a crowd who will be against you and stuff like this? Like,
what the fuck are you saying, bro?
I
like, so you're saying that he's not strong enough on trash talk?
No.
Is that he now maybe developing himself a little bit more?
No, I see that. I think that for you and your team, like this mind games and this trash talk is part of the game plan. And I just want to know if you're sure that it doesn't make improvement on this level too, and we will have self-control and stuff like this, or it's just a way for you to promote yourself.
Yeah, no, exactly what I'm saying. You're saying that he wasn't good enough on trash talk, and now he improved himself. And if I'm afraid that he improved himself a little bit more, that's what I'm saying.
I
think, like, to be honest with you, this is just fight promotion. We need to make this entertaining to people to see this fight, and that's what we did. Before Nasruddin, nobody didn't even talk about him. He wasn't a guy that was talking too much on social media. He didn't have any kind of communication or anything like that. And I think he need to thank me because I made him do that. You know what I mean? So in the matter of trash talk, I think we didn't like disrespect ourselves in any moment, but the trash talk is just part of the business, you know. It's just part of the show. I think we wanted to make this fight even more entertaining than it will be, and people now want to see this fight so much, and I think our job is done. And right now, no more trash talk, no more talks, no more kidding, nothing. It's just me and him on the cage, try to kill each other, and the best man wins.
Two quick question.
Okay.
How do you feel with the quick wake, like the wake up you did like 1 month ago? And then have you a precise prediction of how the fight can finish?
Bro, I'm feeling very good. I was eating a lot of salmons right now outside here. I think I ate like 4 or 5 pizzas. Did you guys taste the salmon over here? Bro, it's so good. It's so good. I already had breakfast. Now I had salmon. In like 1 hour and a half, I'll have my lunch with some rice and a good steak, because I just fuck with steak. And, you know, I'm not worried about it because I have a professional team behind me, you know. I have a phenomenal team that is working a lot with me. I'm very disciplined with everything. So when I heard that I needed to be the backup, we did a plan, and then I followed that plan, you know. I maintained my weight very low. I did everything. Actually, my weight cut in Chicago was the smoothest and the best weight cut of my career. And I think this one will be better. So, not worried. I think this is not going to affect my performance anyway, if you guys are worried about that. And if anything get out of my plan and I lose this fight, I will never say it was because of the weight cut. You know, it was just because Nasruddin was better than me in that night. But I don't think they will happen.
And just the prediction of the fight?
The prediction, 4th round finish.
Thank you very much.
Caio, hello. Anes Memba, welcome in Paris.
Thank you.
Among the 4 contenders, you seem to be viewed at the least legitimate, according to the polls and the media analysis. How do you plan to change that on Saturday?
You say what? I'm the least legitimate?
Yeah, maybe the 3rd, because you need this top 3, top 4 win.
Oh, you're saying behind the 4 contenders on the UFC?
And Nasruddin.
I'm the least legitimate.
It seems like that when we see the polls and the media analysis.
Bro, I'm 9-0 in the UFC, undefeated, 10 years undefeated, 16-win streak. I just got a lot of high-level guys in the beginning of my career. I wasn't a prospect that are getting like guys with losing streak or guys that are almost getting out of the UFC. So I just think you cannot trust on that news, you know. But in the other ways, I won a top 5. When I won from Cannonier, he was a top 5, and then I became a top 5. Now the division shake a lot, and I'm top 7, but it doesn't care. On Saturday, After that, maybe on Tuesday, my name will be on number 2 because I'm beating Nasruddin Imavov.
And what's the plan to be the one who the UFC gonna choose to face?
What's the plan?
Khamzat? Yeah.
You just go there, dominate Nasruddin as I always do with all my opponents. Go in there, dominate, maybe a good finish, and I'm the next one.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Zachary Dantini pour Boxing Academy. Caio, last day you did an interview where you said that nothing was personal. Nasruddin did the exact same thing, but he says that this was personal for him. How do you feel about that? And do you think it's an advantage for you or a disadvantage?
No, I don't think nothing. I think Nasruddin is a very experienced guy. He wants to play mind games. I'm playing my mind games too. And in the end of the day, it's just business, you know. There's nothing more to talk. I heard an interview that he was saying, like, oh, I might shake his hand. I might headbutt him. Like, I don't care. How I want to headbutt someone if on Saturday I'm going to put my hands on him, you know? So I don't care anymore. Right now, I'm already here in Paris. He tried to get away from this fight for so long. We were supposed to fight International Fight Week in June. I don't know if you guys know that, but he said no to this fight. And now the UFC make him accept this fight. He had no options to accept, you know? So I'm here. I'm in his hometown, and I'm coming, you know? I'm already here. We're going to lock ourselves in the cage and try to kill each other, and that's it.
Thank you.
Hey, Caio, you're training this week at the MMA Factory, the former gym of Nasruddin Imavov. How did that come about?
Actually, it was kind of a coincidence, you know? It wasn't on purpose, but there's a little bit of purpose, you know what I mean? But I'll be honest with you. Like, there's a guy on his gym that is from my hometown in Brazil, São Luís, Maranhão. He's from the same hometown. And he wanted, for so long, I think 2 years ago, to train in Fighting Nerds. So then, coincidentally, he came to train Fighting Nerds, I think, like 3 months ago or 2 months ago, something like that. He went there. We became very good friends. And then when I came here, he offered me the space to train there. So I just came in and trained there. Nothing much, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't mean anything, you know? Like, but if you guys want to see it that way, if Nasruddin want to see it that way, I don't care too.
And last one for me, it seems, of course, that his biggest asset is the striking. Is it something that you want to prove? Of course, you're not going to give away your game plan, but is it something that you want to prove that you can strike with him also so that you're ready for anyone? How do you view this fight?
This fight, I'm going to prove how smart and versatile I am, you know? Like, every time I fight, there's no emotions. There's no ego. There's no point to prove, you know what I mean? Like, I think the ego is what makes you fall. So for sure, I'm not taking away anything from Nasruddin. He's a phenomenal striker, very fast, young, very good athlete, and I respect him for that. And I'm not taking away anything of that. So I'm ready to go there, put on a show, do whatever I can to perform and dominate him, and I'm gonna show how versatile I am. I'm gonna show you guys MMA. You know what I mean? So you guys gonna see me strike. You guys gonna see me taking him down. You guys gonna see my jiu-jitsu. You guys gonna see everything. I'm just gonna prove that I'm better than him. No, I'm better striker because it's not a striking match.
Caio right here.
Hello.
First of all, you just said that ego is what makes you fall. Can you elaborate on that, on your philosophy on the ego?
Sometimes when you're full of ego, you forgot the details. And you get away of your head too much, and then it makes you fall. It makes you lose some fight. You know, imagine if I would go fight Paul Craig. He's a phenomenal guard player. And then I go there. I know I have a phenomenal jiu-jitsu. I know I have jiu-jitsu to trade with him. But if my ego was high, I was going to his guard and try to play jiu-jitsu with him. What can happen? He can finish me. So that's my ego make me fall. That's the example, you know what I mean? So, no, I don't have ego. I find my ego every day. I find my ego every day, not just in the gym, but at home with my wife, my kids, my friends, my family. You need to fight your ego because it doesn't help you. And it doesn't help you in life, and it doesn't help you when you fight. So, yeah.
a lot of media are comparing this fight night with the football opposition between France and Brazil. Do you follow football, and do you know how big this makes this fight night?
Yeah, for sure. I think we are ahead of France in football. Of course, you guys won us 98, and but I think it's 5-2 for us. We have 5 World Cups. You guys have only 2. So I don't think there's even a discussion about that, And how many French guys were the best in the world? And now how many Brazilian guys were the best in the world? So there's no discussion on that. You know what I mean? They're trying to bring that. I was silent about soccer because there's no discussion, brother. That's what I'm saying. You guys are just relying on the 98 final. That's all you guys relying, and that's all you guys got. You guys have nothing more on that. You know what I mean? So 5-2, 5 World Cups against 2 World Cups. Why you guys want more?
You got Gene Silva, yourself, Carlos Prates, and Mauricio Ruffi, who you are all gonna fight for important fights, and you're in a good place to one day fight for the title soon. Who do you think between you 4 will be a champion first? Do you think it will be yourself?
That's a good question. If you asking me like 6 months ago or maybe a year ago, I would say myself, because I'm ahead a little bit of the guys. I was the only one top 5 and all that, only one top 10 and all that. But right now, it's crazy how things goes fast, right? And Gene Silva is 1 fight away for the title. If he goes there and win a dominant fashion, and he always does against Diego, he's the next one. Carlos just did what you guys saw against Delfinio, the first guy to knock him out. And then he going to fight Leon Edwards in the end of the year. If he wins, he can go for the belt. Mauricio, imagine if he goes here and do a heel kick at the same in Benoit Saint-Denis, his hometown. And I think he's going to KO him in the first round. And he's going to be 1 fight away for the title. So why not put 4 of us at the same time? Imagine that, how big it's going to be for the UFC, how massive this is going to be for the UFC. If you guys want really a good event that people want to see, put us 4 to go to the belt. Maybe White House, why not?
Obrigado. Boa sorte.
Thank you, bro.
Yacine pour RMC Sport. I've seen you a couple times when the fight wasn't official, and I can see right now in your eyes that you seem more focused. How's the mindset? We can realize that you're really close to the main event.
Right now? You see that I'm more focused?
I mean, this week, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, when it comes fight week, you come to fight mode. You know what I mean? And I think this is the mode that I need to be focusing to fight. I'm fighting one of the best guys in the world. As I said, I'm not taking away anything from Nasruddin. He's a very good athlete, very good striker, very good athlete. And I prepare myself to fight the best guy in the world. If anything comes less than that, it's a profit for me. But I'm preparing for a war. I'm preparing for a 5-round battle. To be punched in the face, to punch him in the face, and let's see who's the best man. So I need to be focused. I need to be serious about it, And I think that's the fight that's going to bring the next contender. So really serious. So that's why I seem focusing more in this fight week, because I need to be like that.
The two of you played the game of trash talk. You started, but Nasruddin did it well on his side. Even with a video, you even liked it.
I love it.
Do you feel that this part of the job is done and achieved, like all eyes in the MMA world or on this main event fight night?
Yeah, for sure. I think we did a great job. As I said, Nasruddin need to thank myself because I made him do that. Because he wasn't, it's your guys. You guys know that he wasn't a guy that talked too much in social media and all that. And he started because of me. So he did a great job. I did a great job. The whole world want to see this fight. And we're going to deliver that. A good fight for the fans.
And how did you prepare to this atmosphere, the craziest crowd in the world? We've seen videos of you sparring with a fake referee, calling your opponent, your sparring partner, Imavov. How did you prepare for the noise? Because you might not even hear your coaches.
Yeah. If I don't hear my coaches, Nasruddin is not going to hear his coaches too, right? right? So there's no advantage or nothing to worry about that. So, but to be honest, I'm very happy to be fighting from the French fans, you know, because I heard that they are one of the craziest fans ever, the most exciting fans ever, and I love this, you know. There's the guys that respect the sport, that value the sport, that make us fighters want being seen by the world and by them. They make the show, you know what I mean? So I'm very respectful for the French crowd. I'm planning to go in there, as I always do in my walkout, full of energy, smiling. If people will give me a hand, I'm going to beat their hands and all that. And I'm planning on that, bro. Like, I feed myself with energy. And I don't care if the energy is against me or with me. If they bring me energy, they're going to be feeding me. And I'll get all this energy and release inside the octagon.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Hello, Caio. Since the fight was announced, there has been a lot of tension between you and Nasruddin on social media. Do you think you won this first fight?
I don't think nobody wins this kind of fight. The fight is fought in Saturday. So I don't care. For sure, a lot of times we had a lot of examples of guys that won this first fight. You know, we have McGregor and Waldo, and we see that he won and all that. But I think nowadays it's a different times. Everybody has good mindset. Everybody knows how to play mind games and all that. Nasruddin, I'll be honest with you. All of his videos, I'm 100% sure wasn't his ideas. He has a good team working behind him. And congratulate him for that, because you need to put a good team to work behind him. All my videos, my idea. And then I put on my team, and then we did. Because if you say all his interviews, he's just speaking what his manager is saying. His manager did an interview saying A. He came to the interview and say exactly the same thing. He comes to another interview and say B. He comes to the interview and say exactly the same thing. So he's just saying what people are saying, because I'm not saying that he lost the fight, this fight. I'm saying that he's not that much of a talker. He doesn't talk that much. He's not that kind of guy. And it's okay with that. But all my videos was my idea. All his videos, good team behind him.
Thank you. We will ask him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Caio.
Olá, Caio. Bom dia. Tudo bem?
Opa, bom dia.
Estou aqui representando o Sport 7 Paris. E eu tenho umas perguntinhas para você.
Legal.
Na verdade, eu gostaria de saber se você não fosse lutador de MMA, o que você faria?
Cara, antes de eu... Você quer fazer a pergunta em inglês pra galera ou português é melhor para você?
Infelizmente, eu não falo inglês.
Ah, tá bom. Então tá bom. Tranquilo. Antes de eu entrar no MMA, eu já era atleta de judô e tudo mais, mas eu era professor de matemática e química. Eu fazia faculdade de química industrial na Universidade Federal lá do Maranhão. Então, provavelmente eu estaria trabalhando em alguma indústria, estaria dando aula de química, matemática, alguma coisa assim.
Ok, obrigada.
De nada.
Seja bem-vindo a Paris.
Valeu, brigadão. Que bom ouvir um portuguesinho aqui no meio desses franceses. Né?
Caio, here. Hi, Simone Itata from Fight for Europe. Considering this sort of tournament that there is now in the division with the RDR and Fluffy fight as well, do you consider that what you talked about, the hype and the trash talk, the way you built up the fight, can be a difference, of course, apart from the performance, but do you think that can add an extra value on that? 100%.
I agree with you. I think it already added an extra value to that. And there's another extra values. I was the one that came as a backup 3 weeks before this fight, make weight before this fight, took all the risks, because I think that's what champions are made. Champions take risks. And that's why they get the biggest reward, you know? And for sure, I think the only way that Fluffy or RDR pass in front of me after I win Imavov, if I win like a boring fight. But I don't think it's going to be a boring fight, because the fight itself, one of the best guys in the world fighting each other against the craziest crowd ever in France, that will be a great fight. It's already a great fight before it happens. You know what I mean? So I just need to come in there, dominate, finish, or at least do a good fight with a good domination. And I think they won't pass us. You know what I mean? I think this is the fight that will bring the #1 contender. Doesn't matter what anyone is saying.
Muito obrigado, boa sorte no sábado.
Obrigado, bom português.
Obrigado.
Caio, hello. Yes, so talking about next opponent for Khamzat Chimaev, Dana White said, okay, so we've got fight between Caio Borralho and Imavov. We've got the fight between Hernandez and RDR. My question is, who do you got in this second matchup between Hernandez and Reiner Derrider?
I got Hernandez all day because I think RDR is exactly the same athlete as Dolidze, with the same assets, like very good on the ground, not too good on the striking. I think Dolidze is actually a little bit more dangerous on striking the RDR. And but Fluffy knows how to stop these guys. He already showed. He respectfully with Dolidze, that is a nice guy, but he made Dolidze look like a kid in the park. Like, it was fucking easy. And he was like giving kisses, smiling, and like he did a show. And I think it's gonna happen the same thing with RDR.
Dana White gave the contract with UFC to Michal Oleksiejczuk this night.
I love it.
Did you watch the fight?
Yes.
Great.
It was 3 a.m. here,
Yeah,
but
that was crazy.
I needed to be awake to watch this guy. We trained so much. We did so much sparring together. He's a very good guy. Athleticism, southpaw, fast, and good heart, good family guy. A young kid that's very nice, very good friend of mine. I'm very happy for him.
How did it happen, this friendship between you and Michal Oleksiejczuk, Michal Oleksiejczuk? I hear that you call them brothers Chuk.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Yeah. We call them like Chuk brothers. Yeah. I fought Michal. Michal Oleksiejczuk, and I finished him. And then after that, we just spoke a little bit. We were very respectful about each other after the fight. And I think he saw the style of our gym, and he saw into the fight, and he saw all the videos that we post, all the social media, and all the athletes that we have. He saw it, and he wanted to, improve himself. Like, I need a little bit of this style for me. So then we start talking a little bit for like a year or something, and then we finally made it happen when I think after he lost to Shara. And then we finally, or maybe Holland, I don't know. But we finally made it happen for him to come to Brazil just to, take a look and test maybe 1-2 weeks. Let's see if you like or not. And he came in. Man, what a lovely guy. What a good person, good family guy. A guy that puts all of his soul into the sport and take it very seriously. Very disciplined. He was always early for the trainings. He was always helping. He knows how to train without hurting other people. He knows how to develop himself and the other ones in the room. And it just matched, And then I became friend of him. I said, I'm going to help you in your training camp because nobody wants to fight me, so I don't have a fight. And then I'm going to help you in your training camp. He loved it. I became his corner. We get a good connection, and to be honest, I love him like a brother. He's like a real brother for me. I'm planning to go to Poland soon, to go there, visit his family, visit his hometown, do some seminars over there, and it's gonna be a long friendship because he already came back again, did another camp. I couldn't be his corner because I had this fight and I couldn't be flying away, but then I got called to be the backup, but I couldn't be his corner anyways. And then I think I'm gonna be his corner in other fights. I'm gonna be helping him. I think he's coming to France to watch this fight. So very happy with all this connection, and now even more happy with Cesar entering the UFC. I think they both deserve it.
Thank you very much.
Here, Caio, can you give us some details on how the corner will be? What will be the roster of the corner between you and Mauricio Ruffi? Because the two fights are following. So, did you guys will have the same corner? specific adjustment?
Yeah, we have only one same corner. It's Pablo. Pablo Sucupira, the owner of the gym, the head coach. He's going to be going with Rufi. And then right after the fight, he's coming back. But all the other guys are different.
And just a quick one to finish. You said that you sold pretty well, like the main event with Nasruddin Imavov. Did you kind of feel the animosity when you've been in Paris in the last few days? Like maybe some fans recognize you or maybe hate you because, like, you know, in France we root for Nasruddin, obviously.
Yeah.
So did you feel or did you interact with some fans that said, oh, it's Caio, so we hate him?
Actually, I didn't got any hate of any fans here in France. A lot of guys came to me, saw me in the supermarket, in the streets. They came to me, wanted to do a photo and all that, you know what I mean? And I think it was very good. But let me remember you guys something. I don't know if you know, but Nasruddin is a Russian, right? And that's the one, the Russian guys is the one that make your French fall in 1803. The French lost the war to Russia. That's what made Napoleon lose and now the revolution stop. It was because of Russia. So I don't know why you guys are rooting for a guy that is from Russia, you know what I mean? So I'm going to be the Brazilian that is going to be avenging the France in a French territory. Count on me, guys.
Ok, muito obrigado.
Nada. Thank you, guys. Did you see my meta glasses? Nice, right? Yeah. Look good, right? Yeah, I'm going to put the tape over here and it'll be very nice.